Would you remain Muslim if we weren't together anymore?
Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to Medina TV.
We gotta eat Pizza Hut. So guys, today I'm going to be interviewing my Muslim revert husband.
Yee!
And I'm gonna tell you guys, this conversation is gonna get pretty deep, pretty serious.
Let's go deep.
Pretty serious.
Let's get it.
You shouldn't be too happy.
Oh.
But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's get into it. First question to you. Were you always Muslim?
No, I was not always Muslim. For like 24 years of my life, I was Christian Catholic. So I was born into a Christian family. Never did I think I was going to become a Muslim in my entire life. A year before I converted, I even told you I will never become a Muslim. So it was completely unexpected, but no, I was not always a Muslim. I converted, alhamdulillah, over 2.5 years ago.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay.
How was your first Ramadan versus now?
Oh my God, it was very, very different. So first Ramadan was like the economy, everything was like more open up. So people were like, going to the mosque, going for iftar dinners and everything. It was my first Ramadan, so I was getting like very used to everything and like just trying to soak in as much as I could. I didn't set any expectation or goals for myself. It was just kind of like, let's try to just get through this and experience it. I was excited, but also nervous because I didn't want to make mistakes or mess up.
Yeah.
So I looked a lot towards you and other Muslims, like your family, for example, on what I'm supposed to be doing. However, this time around, it's a lot different. So I've only had one of the 3 Ramadans, because this is my 3rd Ramadan that I'm celebrating or taking part in. 2 of them have been in lockdown situation.
Dang it.
Yeah, so I've only experienced it once the first time, but now that I'm more familiar, I haven't had a chance to like do certain things, like have an iftar, for example. But I feel like this Ramadan has been the smoothest one for me so far. Just like knowing how to take care of myself, trying to be consistent with certain things. I'm getting better and better, I feel like, as the days go. So I feel like this one's been the smoothest and the quickest Ramadan of all of them so far. It's going by really, really fast.
I can't believe it's already like
halfway.
Middle of Ramadan.
It feels like it's only been 6 or so days and it's almost been like 15.
So I do have to ask.
Yee.
The first time you fasted was when you were still Catholic.
Yes.
Right? So how was that compared to your first Ramadan?
When I fasted for the first time, I did it for 1 day.
Yeah.
So what happened was I converted a few months after Ramadan, so I couldn't participate in that. But I tried to immerse myself in the whole, Muslim teachings and apply that. So I took 1 day out to try to fast. And it was kind of difficult, but it was just like 1 day.
Okay.
And then the next time I fasted, it was like the whole like 30 days.
So you went from 1 to like 30.
Yes.
So what advice do you have for other reverts?
That's a good question. I think what can be intimidating for us as reverts is you see like all born Muslims around you. So when I first became Muslim, all you guys have been doing this for like your whole life. So I'm just coming in and I'm seeing people like, oh, I'm going to read the whole Quran this month. And they say it so like casually. It's like, I can't even read Arabic, let alone like the letters in Arabic at that time, right? So even now I'm still learning it. So it's very intimidating. But I would say for reverts, set your own goals and try to be realistic. Like the first Ramadan, I would say even just try to get the feel for it. If you want to set very small goals, maybe you want to learn some surahs or like you want to start understanding the first few chapters of the Quran. It's good if you're ambitious and you want to set big goals. Just don't set too high of a goal and then end up being disappointed with yourself and unable to do it. So just be realistic with yourself and be patient. And one more point I want to add is don't be scared of messing up, because that is part of the learning process by making mistakes, and others can correct you and help you learn.
Would you remain Muslim if we weren't together anymore?
That's a good question. Yes, I would remain Muslim regardless of any relationship circumstance. So I was very firm in my Christian belief, and I took like a lot of time and really applied Islamic teachings before I took that next step, because coming from a very strong Christian background, it's not easy to just like change your religion. And so I didn't do that for any relationship or to please any person. Like I can say that there were Muslims like you, for example, who inspired me to learn about Islam, but you never pushed the religion or belief on me. I took the initiative myself, and internally I wanted to do it myself. So that's what I would say.
I'm glad I didn't. Honestly, I hate pushing others to do what I'm doing, so.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why do you think people associate your conversion to our marriage? I've seen that happen a lot. Like, people be thinking that you converted to marry me.
All the time. Yeah. What?
It kind of deteriorates the credibility of everything we went through, like the struggle we went through in the whole process.
I definitely feel in a way that it does take away the credibility and like the work that I did put in to learn about Islam. I feel like part of the issue, especially like my family have, for example, is the timeline of things. So I moved out from my family's home a few months after I became a Muslim, although I started researching for a few months before that, right? Mm-hmm. So then they're like, how did this guy just leave our home and then he's Muslim? And then on top of that, he wants to get married to this girl who covers her face? Like that's like a big no-no where I'm from, right? But what people don't understand is like, I have the belief that, you know, God can make anything happen. So if it's meant to be, where I'm put in a position where I'm able to research something, like this was not planned, but I decided to do the research. I took an interest. It happened naturally. I became a Muslim. And what people don't understand is that if you become a Muslim and you have an interest in someone and you're able to pursue marriage, you're not supposed to like delay that. Mm-hmm. So I could have told my family, oh, I'll wait like 3 years to get married to you, right? But we're not supposed to put that off. Like we wanted to make our relationship halal. So it's like, it seemed like almost one thing happened after the other in very quick succession. But things, alhamdulillah, have been very consistent since then. We're very happy that we got married, that I became a Muslim. The two events were not connected. Mm-hmm. It wasn't planned out or anything. It just happened step by step. So I feel like if people have an open mind and really want to understand the truth, they'll know that, you know, this was from a genuine and sincere place.
What would you say to your past Islamophobic self if you could go back in time? I would be like, I told you so.
I told you so. Honestly, that is one. But I think like one thing that's really important is not to read in too much into what the media says, not just about Islam, but other religions. I feel like Islam has a lot of stigma over it and it's very unfair. You should not judge the actions of like 1.9 billion people based on the actions of like just a few people, like less than 1% of people who claim to follow the religion who actually don't. It's really important to be respectful of that.
Do you ever wish you could be Christian again? And have you had any second thoughts after converting to Islam?
So I would definitely say I've actually, alhamdulillah, I've never had any second thoughts. I feel like, no.
Ever?
No.
Not even once?
No.
Not even a tiny bit?
Nope.
Not even when I was asleep?
No. What? No. None of that, yo. Yeah, so alhamdulillah, I feel like Allah brought me to the right path. I've never had any second thoughts. I would say there's certain things I missed. Mm-hmm. For example, like, it's more about family-based though. It's not about the religion itself. So for example, it's celebrating Christmas with family, being there on Easter, having my family in my life. Those things I do miss and I would want my family back. But I believe, you know, deen over dunya, right? So I believe this world is temporary. I'm not gonna like give up like my potential afterlife future just for this world and temporary pleasure of having the convenience of being and living a certain way.
Aww. Well, what about the freedom? Like, you have to follow all these rules. Wouldn't you want the freedom back?
Well, ultimately, I feel like a big motivation for me to do this, and people don't understand this, is that I wanted to be a better Christian. There were so many times I wanted to pray, I wanted to be more a charitable person. Even the respecting of parents, there's so many things in Islam that, like, it helps you act on what you wanted to do as a Christian, you know? So I don't have any regrets. I feel like it's made me a better person overall ever since I converted. So I'm really grateful for that.
Aw, guys, he's so cute. Well, this was a very cool interview or a question and answer session, whatever we had. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like videos like this, then please subscribe to our channel. We post long videos every week, so turn your post notifications on. Don't forget to do that. Also, please feed a like button. It's still fasting, guys. You guys don't feed it enough. It's time for our weekly shout out. Woo!
Let go.
Random shout out now.
Random shout out.
Special shout out to
Shaharina Yasmin.
We hope he pronounced it correctly.
Sorry if I pronounced it wrong.
But you got the shout out. And guys, all you need to do to get a shout out from our videos is comment and like our video. That's it. That's all you have to do. And we'll randomly pick and see who gets a shout out next week.
Yes.
Until next time.
Assalamu alaikum.